Welcome back to the Conference USA Basketball Tip-Off Show on ESPN. Our next stop is in Miami, Florida, home to the world-famous beaches, but also the FIU Panthers. We start with the women's program, who's coming off their best season in over 15 years, 21-12. They lost in the quarterfinals at the Conference USA tournament, but made a WNIT appearance. They're coming in picked third in the preseason polling this year. They're headlined by Conference USA Preseason Player of the Year, Maya Kone. They were the second highest scoring offense a year ago, almost 70 points per game. They bring their top two scorers in Kone and Tanisha Hayes back. They've reloaded through the transfer portal. Isnell Natabu is here, Aaliyah Pitts as well. Their non-conference schedules highlighted with matchups at Miami and at FAU. They will open Conference USA play at MTSU on January 2nd, and we are now excited to be joined by Panthers head coach Jessica Burks-Wiley and her preseason all-conference guard Tanisha Hayes. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm sure you guys would much rather be on the beach, but we're doing media here today. So, Coach, when you think back to last season, it was one of the best seasons in program history. How do you guys build on it this year?
I think for us, just continuing to commit to the process. I think everyone else outside of our program was shocked about the outcome of, last season. But I think everyone internally who was really, putting down bricks day by day, we knew we had that potential. So for us, it's just continue to commit and trust the process.
Coach, last year, Maya Koning made a huge addition to this program after transferring in. This year, she's the preseason Player of the Year. The real question everyone wants to know, is she going to be in the starting lineup? And if not, what type of impact can she have this season?
I think that's champagne problems right now for us. As a staff, we kind of play that game every other day of like, what's your starting five? And I think it's been different every other day, which is, like I said, champagne problems. So I think Maya has a chance to have, back-to-back great years. But one thing I will say, she's got, a hell of a team around her. So, she's going to have to make sure she continues to show up every single day, which, like I said, as a coaching staff, that's all you can ask is that you're fortunate enough to have a player of her caliber in your program, but you still got 13 other kids that are going to give her a run for her money, too.
Now, a couple of those new pieces, we mentioned Natabu, Paris Atkins coming over from the junior college ranks. Which newcomers do you think are going to have huge impacts this season?
Honestly, it's hard to say. I think for them, they've done such a great job of coming in and not just committing to the process, but committing to our standards. They're all coming from great backgrounds, but very different backgrounds. And so for us, the biggest challenge was going to be, hey, we've got to all get on the same page. And so I think they all have done such a tremendous job of that. I'm going to have some really tough decisions come November 4th. So I'm looking forward to, seeing them all out there and contributing for us.
Coach, no matter how much Kelly Dale likes to deny this, postseason teams have great point guards. You have one of those. Tanisha Hayes has been excellent for you guys. What makes her such a special piece for this squad?
I think with Tay, just one of the many things that makes her really, really special is she's incredibly charismatic, and that's what you want as a point guard. She's got to be an extension of you on the floor. And Tay, and all of her, 4 years of being here, has done such a great job of understanding what we're trying to get across as a staff and now implementing it within her team. And for me, sometimes I can be pretty cookie cutter with my approach on things of like, hey, I said what I said, figure it out. I think Tay does a great job of receiving the message, understanding what we're trying to get across as a staff, and making sure that she gets our team on the same page. And she's done that every single year that she's been here. I'm super excited these last 2 years. She's been able to get preseason all conference, and last year, of course, making all defensive. But I can't say I'm shocked at all. I mean, Tay has been a force since she's got here, and she's gotten stronger every single year with that. So it has been absolutely invaluable having her just as a human being here, but having her as a player these last 4 years, which I think we all can agree is very rare these days. I think she has been such an incredible testament to the work that we've been fortunate enough to put into this program.
Now, Tanisha, I think what most people don't realize is you were one of the first high school recruits that Coach Jessica Burks-Wiley had when she came to FIU. She told me the other day that you've trusted the process here. What does that mean to you, and how rewarding has this process been?
It's been really rewarding. But trusting the process is really just buying into the coaches, believing in what they're teaching, and just spreading the gospel, really. So helping my teammates know when's the right time to shoot the shot that she wants, or what we need to do on this defensive breakdown for the next time that we're coming, next time we're playing defense. And yeah, that's really been it. Just trusting her and believing in the program and the standards that she's put together.
Tanasia, I'm not supposed to say this, but you're one of my favorite players in the conference. You score the ball, you rebound, you play great defense, you do a ton well. When you think about your game, what are your favorite things to do on the basketball court?
Ooh, steal the ball for sure. And pick and roll, honestly. Those two are my favorite things to do on the court.
Now, Tanasia, your coach challenged you this offseason to up the ante in terms of your leadership on this team. How have you evolved as a leader heading into this season?
Being more vocal. I find myself talking way more than I used to, and like as a freshman coming to my senior year. So yeah, talking, telling the newcomers, like she was saying, the details that we need to harp on. So yeah, being a lot more vocal.
Last question for you here. When you look at this FIU team, I know you feel like there's some unfinished business from last season. What's the ceiling for this team this season?
There is no ceiling. We're touching the sky as far as we can go. We trying to get the banner, hang it up, and put that on the ceiling.
Well, Coach Burks-Wiley, Tanasia, thank you so much for your time. Wish you guys the best of luck this season and look forward to seeing how you progress throughout the year.
Thank you so much.
Well, we will head back over to the studio now. Matt Warner and Kelly Deo are standing by. Guys, I bet you wish, though, you were on South Beach.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. I don't mind being here. There's nothing wrong with being here.
Great set.
I love that we want to touch the sky. We want to hang the banner on the ceiling.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful, and the confidence is high there. A great season a year ago. Do they have the pieces to go from one great year and start building what can be a consistent, winning, contending program?
I think a comment like that is very indicative of where this team is in terms of their confidence, right? They have a reason to be confident. They had a 20-win season. That was incredible. What they've done under Coach Burks-Wiley has been phenomenal. And she is a testament. I mean, Tanasia Hayes is a testament to Coach Burks-Wiley because she stayed in the system. She trusted the process. You don't find many of these four-year players anymore. And it says something about sticking it out and not going somewhere else. And now this is a team that's a contender for a championship. And I believe that they've got the pieces around them. Preseason Player of the Year, Maya Kone. What is not to like about this FIU team?
You talk about Kone. Listen, this is a conference with a ton of talent. And we've talked about a lot of it. We'll talk about more of it as this show continues. What sets her apart? What makes her that special kind of player that she would win Preseason Player of the Year?
You know, I think I have to say it's her ceiling. I remember watching her as a freshman. She played for JMU, and she came over, to play for FIU, and you saw the progression almost immediately. She kept on getting better. Last year, she came off the bench, was the sixth player of the year, and now she's sitting as the preseason player. And I think that's because of what she's capable of. She can score. She can defend. She's not this huge presence inside, but she's got great timing, block shots, alter shots. So when you're playing against the bigs, you've got to have that on the defensive side. I think she's going to surprise people because I think everyone thought, Boldareva or Bella Smuda, somebody like that's going to take that honor. But, it says a lot about what they're doing at FIU.
And a lot about the talent that they have there. And just hearing them talk about the talent they have around her as well should be an exciting year for them. And hopes are high, certainly. All right.